You ever see one of those new AI gadgets that looks like it's straight out of a movie, and you just have to wonder, is this thing for real? Well, it turns out there's a secret playbook behind how these super ambitious AI products get launched. And today we're going to pull back the curtain on it, using the brand new Neo humanoid robot as our guide.
Okay, so picture this. You come home after a long day, and you know that mountain of clean laundry that's been staring at you for a week? It's just gone. All of it, perfectly folded and put away.
And then you walk into the kitchen. The sink is completely empty. The dishwasher has been loaded, run, and even unloaded. Every single dish is back where it belongs. You didn't have to do a thing.
Your whole house just feels reset. The floors are vacuumed, the clutter is gone, the plants are watered. It is literally the dream of a life without chores. And this is the incredible promise of Neo. But yeah, that's the catch. As Marques Brownlee put it, this dream that's being sold to us, it isn't real. At least, not in the way you think it is. And that right there, that's where our story really begins.
So what's actually going on inside these super slick, futuristic marketing videos? It's time to look behind the curtain of the demo and see what this robot can actually do, and maybe more importantly, what it can't. Well, it turns out there's a huge gap between the dream and the reality. See, when reporter Joanna Stern went to see a live demo, she found out that every single task, 100% of them, was actually being done by a person in another room, controlling the robot with a VR headset.
So, okay, what can it do all by itself? In the company's entire 10-minute keynote video, they only showed 2 actions that they labeled as autonomous. The first was opening a door, which, it did with all the grace of a stumbling toddler. And the second was taking an empty plastic cup from someone's hand. That's it. Seriously. Which just goes to show you the massive difference between the marketing and the actual product today.
And this brings us to the big question, right? Why? Why go to all this trouble to sell a dream that the tech can't back up yet? Well, here's the thing. This isn't a mistake. It's a very deliberate strategy. And it's part of a much bigger pattern that, once you see it, I promise you, you'll start seeing it everywhere.
See, what's happening right now with Neo isn't some brand new thing. It is a playbook that has been tested and perfected over the last 10 years by some of the biggest names in tech. To really understand what's coming for home robots, we have to look back at the very recent past of self-driving cars. Because the strategy they're using was basically pioneered by a company you've definitely heard of, Tesla. Think about it. Tesla knew it needed millions of miles of real-world driving data to teach its AI. So what did they do? They sold a beta version to their customers and turned them all into a giant driving data collection army. Now, Neo's company, 1X, is running the exact same play, but for the home. They're selling you the vision to get their robots into real houses so they can gather the one thing they desperately need. But here's the part that nobody really talks about enough. Why is this data so important? I mean, what's the big deal? Well, it all comes down to the absolutely massive challenge of teaching an AI to work in the complete chaos of the real world. For an AI to learn something as simple as folding a t-shirt, it has to see thousands of different shirts, different sizes, materials, colors, being folded over and over again. To learn how to walk around a house, it needs to see millions of different rooms and objects. Without this gigantic library of experience, this training data, the AI is basically flying blind. And here is the real kicker. As hard as it is to teach a car to drive, teaching a robot to operate inside a house is exponentially harder. A car is on a relatively predictable road system with pretty clear rules. A house is a chaotic 3-dimensional maze with infinite variables. Every single home is different, and that means the need for data is just off the charts. So if the company is desperate for data and they plan on getting it from their first wave of customers, what does that actually mean for you, the early adopter? What's the real price you pay to be on the bleeding edge of technology? Let's be crystal clear about this. When you buy a product like this in these early stages, your main job isn't to just enjoy your cool new robot. Your job is to help the company finish building it. You are paying thousands of dollars for the privilege of being a full-time beta tester and data provider. That $20,000 price tag, that's just the beginning. The true cost also includes your time, years of waiting for promised features to actually show up. It includes the risk of it breaking or not working right. And this is the big one. It includes your privacy. Because for them to get that precious training data, you are letting human operators look through the robot's eyes, directly into your home. And you know what's wild? The company's attitude towards this massive privacy invasion is, well, it's pretty casual. The CEO said they'd probably blur faces and maybe let you block off certain rooms. Probably, maybe. This isn't some tiny footnote in the user agreement, it is the fundamental trade-off at the very heart of this entire business model.
Okay, but now that you see the pattern, you have an advantage. You can look at any new AI product that comes out with a completely new set of eyes. So here it is, your new simple playbook to help you decode what's really being sold to you. It's a simple 4-step checklist. First, identify the dream. What's the amazing sci-fi vision they're selling you? Second, find the reality behind the demo. Is this actually AI, or is there a human pulling the strings? Third, and this is the absolute key, ask yourself, where is the training data coming from? If the answer is from the first users, ding, 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 you know the playbook. And finally, calculate the true cost, not just the money, but the privacy, the time, and the risk. So I'll just leave you with this. This playbook, selling a dream to fund a massive data gathering operation, it's only going to get more and more common. But now you know the secret. So the next time you see some mind-blowing new AI product, you'll be able to see right past the hype. You won't just see the dream they're selling you. You'll see the data engine humming away underneath. And knowing that, well, that changes everything.